At the BBC, we have an astonishing archive of factual content in natural history, in science, in history, in arts, and yet it is all locked away in those archives and very difficult to release, even on demand, as full programmes. But what we wanted to do was to take the very best of what we had, starting with nature, and to gather the best of our assets around different animals and to map them with the best of what the web could offer to create our definitive pages on polar bears, lions, robins, or humpback whales. So we have created something called the Wildlife Finder, which pulls together all of these individual pages and lets audiences navigate through and find the wealth of amazing BBC natural history clips on a whole range of not only animals but habitats as well. And what we hope is that by doing this, we are creating an astonishing educational resource as well as entertainment resource that sits underneath all of our natural history programmes for the future. Before, if we had a programme about lions, we would have to create a new lion page every time we did that. So we had a lot of lion pages. Now we have one that gathers everything we have and everyone can link to it. And it's number one in Google because it is so well architected with the rest of the web. We're extending this approach in the science areas. So we have developed pages for planets, black holes, and are extending this across whole other areas of science. And we've also taken our amazing resources in food and cookery, so all the recipes that appear in our shows, all the chefs, all the ingredients, and all the programs that house them. And again, we have mapped these together using semantic web technologies, to be a geek, to create an extremely powerful food proposition from the BBC, which is now getting 1.5 million users a week in the UK only. And again, providing foundations for all of our cookery programmes, rather than making new websites for every new programme. Okay. I want to talk a little bit about participation now, because again, because we're doing the basics around every programme we make very well now, we can focus our investments and our efforts on what the web is truly powerful for, enabling audiences to participate and engage more deeply in and around our content. I'll go back to Doctor Who. So this is the Doctor. He is a time traveller, and that is his assistant. As I said, this is enormous in the UK, particularly among children, who have their most scary moments while watching this show. But watching often isn't enough for them. When I was a kid, I used to want to be the Doctor. I used to play with my friends at Doctor Who, being the monsters, being the Doctor. Well, my children do that, but they're a bit more sophisticated than me now. So have any of you played Little Big Planet? PlayStation game, amazing worlds that you navigate through, and where the users can make their own levels for the game. If you haven't found it and you have children under the age of 10, this is the best value game I ever bought. They played it for a year, if that's a good thing. But what's great is kids can make their own levels, and there are several Doctor Who levels, like this one. Okay, this one isn't going to work, I think. Oh, yes. So that was entirely user-created, and my children found that on this game. And they were, Dad, Doctor Who's on Little Big Planet. It's amazing. So anyway, we felt we needed to create an official Doctor Who game to experiment with whether this was a new form of public service media that we should be engaging with. We wanted to bring the amazing storytellers and production resource of the BBC, together with the best people we could find in the games world, together with our amazing brands, again based around our programs, and see whether we could create something new. I should say, as the BBC, we have the privilege of license fee funding and a remit for innovation that enables us to do this. But the results were extremely pleasing. We created 4 downloadable games for PC and Mac and released the first one in the spring of this year with this marketing campaign.
The Doctor in a new dimension. No, impossible. You take control in Doctor Who The Adventure Games. Run. Download now at bbc.co.uk/Doctor Who.
It was fascinating to watch the games experts work together with the TV experts and the results that they came up with. And both areas learnt a huge amount from each other. From a TV point of view, it was amazing to be able to destroy Trafalgar Square without having to pay an enormous CGI budget. They could take the Doctor to locations, environments, and situations they'd never been able to on TV before. And for audiences, they actually got to play the Doctor, not just watch the Doctor. And they were thrilled.
Where are we?
The Arctic Circle somewhere.
Be careful, Chisholm. Whatever that is, it's been buried in this ice for millennia.
It's an earthquake. I mean, an ice quake.
Oh my God.
Amy, get out of the way!
Oh, hello.